That's Rotterdam. My expedition, the first part of my expedition is about to end. Sometimes I just feel tired. I think the excitement of the first week, the excitement of seeing whether I could actually accomplish the whole expedition, that's gone. And I still need to do 1/4, but now it just feels like hard work. And yeah, sometimes I just feel tired, and then they say, we need people like you. But I think, well, we need everybody. 2 days from the Netherlands. Een soort saai kanaal. Dull Dutch canal I have to take over 20 kilometers. There's a headwind expected, quite a lot of wind, and then there's also nowhere to shelter, and then there's also a thunderstorm coming. And I need to be in Arnhem tomorrow. I'm so not looking forward to this. Even though I'm paddling into the Netherlands today, the first part is going to be very, very tough. It's going to take a whole lot of power and strength. That paddling part.
So last phase, Merijn?
Yeah, last phase. Welcomed here in Arnhem. Great welcome. But it's not the end yet. This is only 3/4. I still need to do another week. Yeah, a lot of wind yesterday, and that really makes it tough. Well, it's impossible to paddle, actually. When the wind really picked up, I only did 2 kilometers all day, and I waited all afternoon and the evening for the wind to ease, but it didn't. So finally I had to just pitch my tent where I was on the beach. It felt pretty lonely and miserable and cold. Well, for the next couple of days, well, the predictions are that there will be a lot of wind. That makes for a lot of hard work. And since the program is so tight, I'll really need to push and pump to get on time. These last days, I meet my biggest challenge, the mental challenge, because I got the wind and the bad weather pushing me back. But what I did not expect and what I was surprised about to see is how many people turned up to support me. And they give me that push I need. Lekker voor de voetjes. The first stop in the Netherlands, the first city in the Netherlands on the Rhine is Spijk. And at Spijk you find the PET recycling plant. And the great thing about this company, it can fully 100% recycle PET into new PET bottles, for instance.
Nou, prima.
Ja.
Niet prima.
Dit is
Een tray.
een tray.
Dit is een Heinz. Nou, die zullen goed zijn. Er zit heel weinig ketchup in.
Ja.
Maar we hebben ook groen. Zo weer minder.
Ja, groen is minder waard. Ja.
Paars. Is niet best.
Ja.
Gaat er rechtstreeks uit. Alle folies gaan eruit.
Ja.
Aluminium.
Ja.
Heel veel non-food. Wat we niet kunnen gebruiken. Dus zoals hier zit non-food in.
Ja, flacons
Van zeep, van Flap.
Ja.
Dus-
Dat kan je niet gebruiken.
Nee. Eigenlijk niet. Groene.
Zo'n Mountain Dew, bellen jullie dan op?
Heineken?
Wat doe je daarmee? Dit is van Heineken?
Ja,
Mountain Dew is van Heineken? Ja. Dus wat jullie betreft zou Heineken gebeld moeten worden om te zeggen, jongens, die Mountain Dew,
Dat is marketing,
daar kan je helemaal niks mee.
Ja,
Dat past in geen enkel
ja,
sorteerstroom.
het past wel, maar niet in een heldere.
Niet in een heldere.
Je kunt er prima plastic bakjes van maken.
Ja.
Maar wel gekleurde plastic bakjes.
Ja, maar ja, dat is lineair. Dat is gewoon,
lineair.
Ja, hop.
Maar het is wel recycling.
Ja. Even het wikkeltje mee. Om te onthouden. Yeah, we've seen several examples of products or bottles, for instance, of the wrong color, which could not be recycled, or if they have a certain sleeve all over the bottle, they cannot be recycled. Because this company is interested in PET, and they have a very advanced technology to separate it from other types of plastic. You know about my project?
Yes.
I'm paddling down the entire Rhine from source to sea, showing how much litter flows down the Rhine, looking for that plastic, and on the other hand I'm going upstream back to the sources of that litter. I've seen you walking around and taking all different types of products or bottles from these bales and saying like this is not a good product for this for this type of recycling, for instance.
That's true. I think if you talk to brand owners like Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola and that kind of Nestle, I sometimes have the feeling that it is marketing driven, and I understand that it's marketing driven, but it would help if we share our knowledge about which bottles can be recycled more easily and which are more difficult. And more difficult means most of the time that it will be a linear recycling process, which is a pity.
So what would you say to these companies?
I would say please visit us, or please get your heads around about what is really recyclable, yes or no. Is that multi-layer, monomaterial, yes or no? Does it have to have food content? Is there metal in there? Is there different materials in there? And if you change little to your product, you can make a much more recyclable product. Improve your know-how about what can be done to make it more circular.
What you see is the complexity of the whole chain, of the business, of the waste. And you see how all these companies should work together if we want to close that loop. Actually, they're already doing what I want to do. They're already going upstream. They're already going to these companies and telling them your product should be such and such if you want it recycled. If we want to recycle your product, you should think of these things. Think of the end of life of your product. As I paddle into Rotterdam, I'm very small on my tiny paddleboard in between all these big freighters and big ships and buildings. Rotterdam is one of the biggest sea harbors in the world. And I even get a nautical salute. I'm approaching the end of my expedition. This is the last press event we have before I paddle out to sea tomorrow. Reaching the North Sea is the symbolic part of my journey, since I want to paddle from source to sea. Rheinfürstquelle. Is toch wel mooi. Rheinfürstquelle. The packaging, I find the packaging right here, just before it, well, with the next high water, will flow into the North Sea, just as I will in a few kilometers. This doesn't belong here. This shouldn't flow out to sea. And this is something producers can do something about. This expedition has shown me the urgency of this plastic pollution problem. We are warned. We should not accept this. Plastic pollution is a result of our convenient society, and we need a behavioral change. And if there's any hope, it's in the fact that we handle plastics every day, that it's very tangible and we have the choice every moment what we do with it. And it will take consumers, legislators, producers, and producers here are vital, since they are the ones that are at the source. They should think of the end of life of their products. It's up to individuals to take the first step to a world where plastic waste does not exist at all, but it is seen as a resource.